With the provision of the internet, indie music has enjoyed unprecedented growth in the last decade. Short for independent, the word indie is used to describe a music genre with the ethos of do-it-yourself. Be it indie rock, lo-fi, or bedroom pop, indie music has formed a faithful community online to offline, with countless young people becoming listeners or picking up guitars or basses as creators. If you take a closer look, you can easily find that there is a distinctive retro and chill aesthetic that are embraced all throughout indie music's visuals, contents, and themes. Today, let's see what makes an indie music video look aesthetic, or in a deeper sense, what makes it feel aesthetic. A typical indie music video often features high saturation colors, low resolution, retro lenses, and so on. Effects are often added over the top of videos to make them look old and worn, like they are being played from old home videos or VHS tapes. Normally, when you open an indie music video, the first thing you will notice is its vibrant, poppy colors. The colors are usually contrasting and highly saturated, much as it would have been in a 1950 CinemaScope film, like the 1955 Rebel Without a Cause. Check out Rex Orange County's Sunflower, for example. Indie music videos also usually have low resolution compared to normal pop music videos. That's because these videos may be shot from some cheap and old-fashioned VHS camcorders, or some effects are added onto it afterwards to create a similar look. Besides, you can notice there are many glitches and fuzzy statics in these videos. Light leaks and dissolution are also frequently used in the transitions between shots to create an old thin film vibe. Another common feature of indie music video is yellow subtitles. Yellow subtitles are often used in old movies from the last century to create a sharp contrast with the picture to make the subtitles clearer. Now it's widely used in indie music videos to get an old-school aesthetic. Check out I Hope to Be Around by Men I Trust.
I dream of my future, remote from time bound, becoming myself without any end. I dream of my future, remote from time bound, becoming myself in truth.
Different kinds of lenses are also a distinctive characteristic of indie music videos. The most common lens is the VHS lens. This kind of lens has a strong retro effect and can make the audience feel the strong 90s vibe. Indie music artists use different types of VHS lenses to match their own music styles. For example, the VHS lens on Numb by Men I Trust is much more elegant and lighter to match the chill vibe of the song, while Mac DeMarco's Auto Viceroy has a much grittier VHS lens to match the song's fast clashing sound. In addition to VHS filters, black and white lenses and facial lenses are also often used to create a retro feel to the music video. Indie music videos are known to be quite low budget. The main settings of the videos often are places which can be accessed easily. It can be in the urban streets, parks, subway station, tunnels, bowling room, parking lot, arcade, even a room. These settings are kept simple because it is typical of indie music video to focus more on the artist and performance. Mise-en-scène is a very important factor in the indie genre, as it helps to create the old-school aesthetic much better. Indie artists often have a retro look, which can be created through their costumes and their makeups. Props like disco ball and old TV are also very common in the indie music videos to add a vintage vibe to the video. It's also very common for indie music videos to include live performance, as it is a way to focus on the main artist, showing them doing what they really enjoy. The purpose is to highlight on the actual music itself, for indie is never a genre about success, but more the music and the passion. Most indie music videos don't have much narratives in them, mostly just a few friends or bandmates together, hanging around and chilling out. These indie music artists are basically doing whatever they are doing every day in their music videos. It can be wandering, biking, skateboarding, dancing, skating, romping, or even fighting. Whether it's weird, trippy, goofy, or silly, These indie artists are simply having fun in and out these music videos. This greatly shows their fun-loving and chill personalities and gives the audience a sense of relaxation and laid-backness. Authenticity reigns supreme in indie music from its sound to visuals. With rather simple content and themes, indie music artists are just enjoying themselves and having a good time in these music videos. Aside from just meaning something pleasing to look at, aesthetic is also concerned with the study of the mind and emotions in relation to the sense of beauty. To answer the question of what makes indie music aesthetic, is it just because it looks nice and cool? Well, the answer is partially right. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I would put the question more like, what makes indie music feel aesthetic? The underlying reason for indie music videos' popularity with its retro aesthetic is that it plays well with audiences' nostalgic psychology. There is this idea in media criticism called the 30-year cycle. When it comes to nostalgia, really there is a lot of cycles. It's no coincidence that we are seeing so many sequels and reboots from the movies from the mid-90s. In the 90s, there was a lot of media that reflected nostalgia for the 60s and 70s. And in the 70s and 80s, there was a particular fondness for the 1950s nostalgia, with the likes of Happy Days, Back to the Future, American Graffiti, and Grease. There is usually a 20 to 30-year gap between the original era and the retro craze. The 30-year cycle is not only relevant when it comes to visual mass media, but also subcultural media such as indie music videos. As these indie music artists emerging into their adulthood in the 2010s, they are portraying their version of their own childhood, which mostly happened between the late 80s and the advent of the new millennium. And the vision is going to be even clearer than what come before, because the 90s have been extremely well preserved. With home video, VCR, and digitized MP3s to base their throwbacks on, our childhoods become way more accessible. As for the indie music audience, you have got this market of similar-aged youths who now have disposable income and a lot of rose-colored glasses for their own childhood. There is a unique bond based on the nostalgic feelings towards their own good old days between indie bands and their fans, which you won't find in many other music genres. Combining shared generational memories and distinctive nostalgic visual style, indie music videos got its defining aesthetic, which is a unique part of contemporary pop culture and a wave that cannot be ignored in subcultural trend.